bras coming. It's a lifestyle brand, but how do I become the Lululemon, the Spanx of the world, dominating this category when a lot of editors and stuff, they don't even want to touch it?
Well, the good news is you don't live in an editor-dominated world.
Right.
I mean, I had a meeting yesterday internally of like, I've been thinking about PR for about 3 years right now, which is, should we create a VaynerX company that does PR? PR does not exist the way everybody in here just thought of it. I actually think editors are leverageless. I think that they are pretty much being affected by what happens online in social, and they're being affected up. So I think first and foremost, eliminating the classic thinking of that is even a thing, I think can liberate you in a big way, because it's just not. Like, you genuinely don't need them. And as someone who's been paying attention very heavily to everything going on in the business world, there's no brand that's being built right now that is built by editors or PR. So I think you eliminate that, and I think the next question becomes, what are you gonna do when it works, is actually what I'm more focused on. So what do I mean by that? I mean, for everybody here, and it's gonna get repeated 100 times, I can't repeat it enough. The underpriced nature of TikTok right now is just like the 7th fucking time this has happened, and I'm like, you know, like, and it's really been a fun one, because I actually think by the 7th time I've gotten enough emails this time of like, all right, I didn't do the Instagram thing, I didn't do the Facebook thing, I didn't do the search thing, I didn't do the email thing, like, I'm doing this one and it's working. It will work for you on TikTok. It will. If you put out 4 pieces of organic content a day, if you actually get your media and if you get your media against creative right on TikTok, it will work in a way that you can't imagine. You can't imagine. I'm telling you that to the majority of you. It is such scaled, underpriced attention and brand awareness and influence on Instagram. See, people don't think of things 3-dimensionally. TikTok's winning because you're just getting a lot more eyeballs for the price. The price of your time, the price of your content, and definitely the price of your media. But it's also impacting the content on Instagram because it's emerging as the cool thing. It's almost like the hottest club in New York affecting like a good restaurant. Like, subconsciously, people don't look at things this way, but that's what happens. And progressive young editors are living in that space, deciding what they're gonna write about on their .coms or in print. You know, and so I think that for your business, if I was your CMO, I would spend 80% of my time, energy, and money on TikTok. 80.
And I think I'm my biggest detriment because I'm in my 40s, so I'm not used to a camera following me around.
You don't need to go that extreme, right? I remember when TikTok first hit, I was like, you don't have to dance just because that's what, I don't dance. I have 13 million followers, I haven't danced. I can't dance, it's not a good thing.
He can dance, he can move.
But no, honestly, I don't, couple things. One, nobody here has to be the face. Everyone can be the face. I think you should definitely do it. I think it would work, because you've got to understand, one thing that's interesting about TikTok is the reason TikTok's so important, even for the B2B companies in here, is there's so many more 40, 50, and 60-year-olds on the platform than people realize, which means people are underserving those ads, right? So you're gonna have a wide gap. For a lot of people, you will work. For other people, it should be the product. For other people, it should be the influencers that you give product to, that you then use their content. But that is absolutely where you should be putting your time and energy. And I'll tell you why it's important. There's only, it's just supply and demand. There's just moments when you go all in. It's if anybody plays poker, I don't, but I definitely know this part. When you really know how to play poker, and you're looking at the board, you know when you have the single best hand. You know it, because you know how to play poker, and you know of what you can see, you have the nuts, or whatever it's called. You go all in. That's what I do in marketing when I know a platform is at enough scale that it's hitting enough people, and the content organically is getting seen by a lot of people, and the media is wildly underpriced, and there hasn't been something this good like TikTok this year since Facebook fan pages 2012. That's a long time. Yeah. And if you think about the companies that were built during that, the companies that were built during Instagram 2015, 16, 14, 13, 14, 15, 16, Gymshark, Fashion Nova. Like, you can't do Gymshark and Fashion Nova today on Instagram. It's too expensive, right? You can't do it. TikTok is the punchline, and you will crush on that platform. And I think what I'm thinking through is, it's controversial because, you know, no matter how much a woman that has that situation is affected, that it's an inconvenience, popular culture doesn't look at it as an inconvenience. Mm-hmm. And so what I think you need to be thinking about is when it works, the level of backlash that a Lululemon or Gymshark wouldn't get, you may get some in a world where the world is so sensitive about everything, about everything, about everything. And so, like, again, if I was the CMO, I'd be like, this is gonna work because we're gonna just go all in on TikTok. I would be thinking, I need to make sure she's ready for the level of comment backlash, and how are we gonna deal with that, and what is our emotional and strategic business positioning on it? Because visually it's going to work. It just is. And so I think that's what you should be thinking about. I definitely think TikTok's big. I think the other thing you can do that can mitigate what I'm referring to is to start a podcast, right? Where you take the subject matter of being different, left, right, being different in a good way. I look at trends. I think beauty privilege is about to get attacked very aggressively. Like it's just so obvious what's shaping up. Like that's gonna be interesting. Right? Like we're demonizing everything. And so I think a podcast of just being different. One week you might have somebody who has a disability, terminal illness, muscle-bound super dude who is incredibly smart and people think he's a doof. Like, I think you could build a platform for that which might work very well as a complement to dominating TikTok.